when you're correcting bad brain activity and you have brain injuries that you're dealing with that over time that have developed and it's very difficult. Most people aren't sane and rational that seek fame. People that seek recognition and fame and success, they're very irrational. They'll do whatever it takes to succeed. Nothing will stop them. They'll just keep fighting till they succeed, and then a lot of them will say, it's all because of God, and this is for all of us. And I'm doing this for all of us. It's like, that's not true. If you were doing it for all of us, you'd stand up for the Lord's Prayer. All right? You'd do it without fear. So most people that want to be successful or perceive themselves as successful or fight like hell to be successful have bad brain activity. They have brain damage. And when they were studying the brain, they're still really way off on figuring out what's going on with the brain and how, because we have so much relative brain damage because of excessive compulsive narcissistic selfish behaviors and bad brain activity from trying to quantify everything with the brain because of excessive compulsive narcissistic behaviors. And so it's very difficult. They didn't know how Krishnamurti's brain worked, and they talked a lot about it, Judah Krishnamurti's, and they talked about mine too. And then when I came back here, they tried to tell me I was Asperger's or savant, that I was some kind of a savant or Asperger's, and like a high functioning uber savant, And it's not true. No. I talk about things and understand and discuss things, and I have most of my life, more appropriately than 99% of the populace, especially psychologists and healthcare professionals. Okay. Most of them, they have this like that Al Baldwin movie, that God complex, or Stephen Strange's character, that, I can, they have these ego problems. And you have to correct them. You have to get them back and say, it'd be best if we never had to ever perform neurosurgery, ever. That if we went 200 years without performing neurosurgery, that would be great. So let's live the Lord's Prayer, and then we'll see how we have to go from there. Where do we go from here now that all the... So, there are very few people like myself or Jesus or Judah Krishnamurti or Muhammad or D.T. Suzuki or Haile Selassie. We're exceedingly rare. Okay. But more people try to connect to us and want to be more like us than they want to grow up to be Tony Robbins or Dr. Phil or, people on TV, Judith, whatever, Judge Judy. I have this job because I'm smart, not because I'm gorgeous. It's like, you're not intelligent. You can't even explain the Lord's Prayer to yourself. You have this job because you're smart. Well, if smart is agreeing to fight and kill over money, then yeah, you have that job because you're smart. Okay, but it's a job. And if you want to be free from a job being smart, then stand up for the Lord's Prayer. Otherwise, just go over there with Mills Lane and stand in between two big men beating the hell out of each other for entertainment in Reno, Nevada. Son of a bucket eater. You look at these people when I was younger, and I've noticed that recently. Celebrities, I used to find them so very attractive, and I don't find them attractive at all anymore. And the younger ones, even less attractive, because, I've been on, their predecessors, all the Angie Bassett's and the Jennifer Lopez and stuff, they were mind-fucked and stuck in the mind-fuck, and then, well, maybe Parsons is wrong, by the time I was revealed to the world, okay? From June 9th, 2009, all these young people, I've been on social media, got kicked off Facebook for turning down LeBron and Kevin Durant money because I wouldn't join the Temple of Set Illuminati. I mean, the young folks. I mean, the older folks, there was an excuse. Most of them didn't know I existed until they set him up. This guy's really a bad guy. He's a pervert, and he's a hillbilly redneck, and he's and everybody deep down inside they knew it wasn't true, but they kept telling him. Rockefeller used to tell him, You're just like me, and Parsons is way better than both of us. And they'd be, no, he's like you, and we're better than you are, and we're going to get rid of you, and you're not going to let this Parsons guy, take over the world with the Rockefeller Foundation. It's like, money's not real. He's the living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer. Never mind. You're just like David Rockefeller, and I'm better than both of you. And he was right. So you explain that to people, and they're like, what? And they're crazy. They are clinically insane. I'm going to load this one and hope that it loads in a few minutes so I can take my happy, little tired, absolutely gorgeous butt to bed, right? And, you might be physically fit and physically attractive to make money for fighting and fucking with technology and a bunch of egomaniacs and Ted saying, here's what we need to do. Here's why the brain's working this way. Here's how people die. We know all that stuff about the last breath. I had that with my dog when I had to take it. We've known this stuff for a long time. Okay? We've also known that the Bible said that God's omniscient and omnipotent, that life is eternal and grace is infinite, and that if you have the faith of Psalms, which, if you could understand it properly in the wisdom of Proverbs, and then understand the applied physics of the Lord's Prayer, that we could all live in peace. And they said, well, what human beings are capable of doing that. That's not true. Most human beings are capable of doing that. Only people that want to be successful and will mass murder through manipulation with technology and money are not capable of doing that. So you need to assess yourself before you assess all other human beings that you're abusing and not allowing them the opportunity to live and accept the Lord's Prayer. All right, peace out, man. Keep on smiling. Oh, was that who sang that? Kept on smiling. Was that Wet Willie? I think so. No. Yeah, it wasn't Wet Willie. Keep on smiling at the rain, laughing at the pain, going through the changes. Because Pablo Cruz was Love Will Find a Way, and what you gonna do? Okay, guys, I love you, all right? Peace out, man.